I knew something was wrong the moment my daughter asked if she could sleep in my bed again. She was 8 years old. Too old to ask that. Too old to whisper it like she was asking for protection. I was folding laundry when she stood in the doorway of my bedroom, hugging her stuffed rabbit so tight its ear was bent sideways. Mom, yeah, baby, can I sleep with you tonight? I smiled automatically. Bad dream? She shook her head. Too fast. No, I just want to. That was the first weird thing. My daughter always told me her dreams. Monsters, falling, teeth falling out, always details. I patted the bed. Of course. She climbed in, curled into my side, and didn't let go of my arm. Not even when she fell asleep. At 2:17 a.m., I woke up because she was shaking. Not crying, not sobbing. Shaking. Like she was cold from the inside. Sweetheart, I whispered. Her eyes opened immediately. Too alert. Is he here? She asked. My heart dropped so hard it felt like my chest cracked. Who? She pressed her face into my shirt. Never mind. I'm sorry. The next morning, she didn't want to go to school. That part wasn't unusual. The reason was, he watches the door, she said quietly while tying her shoes. Who does? The janitor. I froze. Our school had one janitor who worked mornings. Older guy, quiet, gray beard, always waved, fixed lockers, changed light bulbs. His name was Mr. Dalton. I crouched in front of her. What do you mean he watches the door? She shrugged. Just when I walk in, he looks at me. That's his job, I said, even though my stomach was already twisting. He watches everyone. She didn't answer. That afternoon, I emailed her teacher. Casual, friendly, hey, just checking. Everything normal at school? She replied 5 minutes later. Everything's great. Your daughter is doing wonderful. I was early picking her up. I parked across the street and watched kids pour out. Laughter, chaos, backpacks bouncing. Then I saw her. She walked out alone, head down, arms wrapped around herself. Behind her, 10 feet back, was Mr. Dalton. He wasn't walking toward the parking lot. He wasn't fixing anything. He was just standing there, watching. When she reached the curb, he raised his hand and waved. She didn't wave back. She ran straight to my car. She yanked the door open and climbed in, shaking so hard she couldn't buckle. Go, she whispered. Please, go. I didn't even look back. I just drove. At home, I locked the door behind us, then the back door, then the windows. I knelt in front of her. I need you to tell me exactly what's happening. She stared at the floor for a long time. Then she said, he makes me help him clean. My mouth went dry. Help him how? After lunch, he says the teachers asked him to pick kids. He takes me to the storage room. My hands were shaking now. I didn't hide it. What happens in the storage room? She swallowed. He tells me secrets. What kind of secrets? That I'm special. That I'm prettier than the other girls. That I shouldn't tell because grown-ups wouldn't understand. My vision blurred. Did he touch you? I asked, my voice barely working. She shook her head quickly. No. He said not yet. He said we have to wait until I trust him. Something inside me snapped. I called the school immediately. The principal sounded calm, reassuring, almost bored. We take accusations very seriously, she said. But Mr. Dalton has worked here for 22 years. No complaints. No incidents. I'm filing a report, I said. Of course. We'll look into it. They suspended him pending investigation. I didn't sleep that night or the next. 3 days later, I got a call from the school district. They had reviewed the situation. No cameras in the storage hallway. No witnesses. No physical evidence. Mr. Dalton would be returning to work the following Monday. I hung up and screamed into my pillow. That night, my daughter climbed into my bed again. Mom? Yeah? He said if I told, you wouldn't believe me. I held her so tight she gasped. I believe you, I said. I promise. At 11:43 p.m., my phone buzzed. Unknown number. She's a liar. My blood turned to ice. Another message. Kids make things up. Then one more. Be careful what you accuse people of. I didn't respond. I just called 911. They traced the number. School landline. Janitor's office. That was the twist. The thing that broke the case. They searched his locker the next morning. Inside, a notebook with names, dates, a camera, and a list titled Trust Progress. My daughter's name was third.